Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of this brand new series. It is basically a World Cup of the best nations in the world, but rather than your traditional, uh, you know, dozen European countries and kind of evenly spread it out teams, I decided to make it a little bit more balanced in between every region to where there's more countries in a region that have a chance to actually be able to compete in the final 32. So yeah, there's going to be 32 teams, and there's going to be 6 North American, CONCACAF, and then 6 South American, 6 Oceania/Asian countries. I believe there's 2 Middle Eastern, two. There's a Korea Republic and Japan, and then the other two are New Zealand and Australia. So it's kind of like evenly spread out regions that are going to be in the tournament, and then you have your 6 European countries plus two because it equaled out to 30 teams if I did six of every region. Because there's also 6 African teams as well, and so I just did the next best two teams that wasn't in the top six in each region, so that ended up being two more European countries. So 8 European, 6 North American, 6 South American, 6 Oceania/Asia, and 8 European, and that equaled out to 32. So that's how this tournament is structured, and I did the best of each team, I went on Foothead and made the best team that I could on as like a past and present team for every nation. So it's going to be the best players I could find in each team that are competing against each other. So best of the best in each region. So maybe there's a slightly more chance of an upset considering there's so many more lower ranked teams because there's so many CONCACAF and Asian teams and so on that are qualifying. So this is just a little experiment, and this is the first match. It's Paraguay versus Belgium. And as you can see on the screen, this is the tournament layout right here. So that if you want to see who's in the next round, as you can see on the top left, it's Paraguay versus Belgium. That's what we have on kickoff right now. And it's going to be on legendary difficulty. And yeah, let's get into it. This is just the AI playing and just me commentating over it, and I'll be commentating over the game and also just about the channel and this series and what else I have planned for this channel as well. So I guess if you want to see like what actual players are going to be playing in the match, I'm just going to go ahead and get this all played out, and we'll show what formation is needed. Let's turn down that a bit. That might be a bit loud. Sorry, I'm testing this out for this episode. I haven't really recorded anything with this Elgato yet, but yeah. Let's turn on the commentary and that should be good. All right. So I'll go ahead and let it play out so you can see who's on whose team. And also I'll have the link in the description if the links work. It's on it's about the Foothead links I was just not mentioning earlier in the video, so that you can see a better view of who's like what formation each nation is using and which players they are using. So for Belgium, I didn't have to make any players, thankfully, because it's still kind of the golden era of Belgium right now, where they're all the best players in the last 10 years have been still playing for the Belgium national team. So yeah, this is based off from FIFA 10 to FIFA 20 player stats that I could find. Actually, I don't know if I skip the national anthem, it'll go straight into the formation. Maybe I'll test that out a bit later. But just so I don't mess it up, I'm going to go ahead and let it play out. But yeah, I don't know. I guess an actual World Cup setup, if I just did it the very traditional World Cup way, it would be maybe a little bit more balanced because there would be probably a few more better teams. But the way I have this formatted is that it gives some of the smaller teams more of a chance, and just every region to go along with that. If that makes any sense, because normally you have four CONCACAF teams, fourth, or like you might get like a fifth, like South American or African team. But in this, there's like six of each, in which South America and Africa and North America, Asia, everywhere but Europe doesn't usually win the World Cup, other than maybe Brazil and South America. Okay, yeah, that's the formation I decided to go with for Belgium. It's 3-5-2. They mainly strengthen pretty well in the center backs, so that's why I did that. It's kind of hard to decide on some of the teams that I made if I should have went three in the back or four in the back, just because EA always likes to rate the fullbacks a lot lower rated than the center backs. But I try to make sure that there's a bit of a variety in the formations, and as far as the custom tactics for the team, they all have the exact same. It's basically the default of the default custom tactics, because they actually do set it to where national teams have their own custom tactics, and there's going to be countries I'm going to have to use as I'm going to have to put a whole nation's roster in it, just like a club team. So I decided not to let them have their own unique custom tactics, just because then it just wouldn't line up. Like for Japan, for example, I don't think they're on the game. They're not trademarked on the game, so I'm gonna have to put them in like a club, like Real Madrid, for example. If I put them in there, it's gonna have Real Madrid's tactics and not technically Japan's. Whereas Paraguay and Belgium, they are trademarked in the game, and they have their own set custom tactics, which is cool. But I would have just let every team have their own custom tactics if all of them were trademarked on the game that are in this tournament. But sadly, that's just not the case. Oh, first goal. That was fairly quick. It's Martin's as well. But yeah, I mean, Belgium is obviously favorites for this match, but Paraguay do have some decent players. They have a good offensive line. They both had like mid 80s in their shooting. Wow, I can't believe he actually got that.
Well, let's take another look at the goal.
I'm trying to understand, okay, well, I guess the defender just missed it completely. He's like a couple yards off, but good goal for Belgium. I'm gonna go and skip it.
So the first goal, it's 1-0.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, just see how it goes. I didn't know if I wanted to exactly commentate over the match, or maybe a mix of that in the channel, which I guess that is what I'm going to do. Because even though I want to keep uploading this series, if I end up enjoying it, and if it looks alright, I do want to actually be playing a game for a series, which I do think it will be Final Fantasy 1, because I was going to just play them all in order as all my Let's Play series, or a lot of them. But I've been having issues with recording the first Final Fantasy game, because I have it on PS3 from the PS Store, but I guess Elgato HD60 cannot record on PS3 because it doesn't support the format. So then I tried maybe recording my laptop screen and just playing a ROM version of it, but then that gave my laptop a virus, so that's not gonna work either. But what I can do is, like I did my older videos, I can use my EasyCap recording software that works on PS3 just fine. So I'm thinking that's probably one of the next videos I'm going to upload, if it's not this series that, this World Cup that we're doing right now. So that's something else to look forward to in case you guys are curious of what other plans I had for the channel. And I might just keep going back between the two. I'm not exactly sure yet. Yeah, I've always liked the Final Fantasy series, but I never really played through all of them. And I've been wanting to play video games, but I didn't finish. Wow, Martin's almost scored another header. He's like 5'6". But anyways, yeah, I've always wanted to record, or I've always wanted to play through the Final Fantasy series, but I've also wanted to always record a game that I know I'll enjoy. And I've played through parts of Final Fantasy games, but I never finished them. And that was like a decade ago on Final Fantasy 10 and 12 when they first came out. And that's the only times I've played Final Fantasy, but I enjoyed it so much that I figured I'd want to make YouTube videos someday. And I kind of wanted to make sure it's a blind Let's Play, you know? So I've always just held off on it. And I've all these Final Fantasy games stored up. I have like 1 through 13 now, and I've barely touched them. Because I've been trying to save them for Let's Play. And now I'm finally at the point where I should be able to from now on. Okay, well, that was a better cross than I thought it would be. I won't. I don't know if Paraguay can make the comeback already. They do still have plenty of time, but I did a couple tests to see how these teams would do. I let them play out like 3 times, and Belgium ended up winning 2 of them, and Paraguay won the first or the second time, I think. I just wanted to see how the AI would look on World Class and Legendary, because I wasn't sure if it would look too defensive on Legendary. But it seems okay. This is on Legendary right now. I think there's quite a bit of offensive play. Oh, that's a good play, but that's even better save. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing the Final Fantasy games. I've always liked role-playing games. I've always liked medieval games. Or I guess you could say even just like fantasy games. That's what Final Fantasy obviously is. But yeah, that should give quite a bit of content for the channel, because I know those games are really long. Back when I played Final Fantasy X, it just seemed like the game would never end. It would just keep going and going and going. And it's all kind of a blur, thankfully, so it'll be kind of a blind Let's Play when we get to that point. But I will remember quite a bit of it, I think. Out of all the Final Fantasy games, that's the one I'll remember the most, even though I didn't even complete all of it. So it's more like the further the game we go, then the more of a blind Let's Play it will be for me. Because I don't really want to do a Let's Play on a game I've already played, so that's why I've actually held off on so many games, and I just have not played them because I keep telling myself that I'm going to make a series on them, but I haven't made a video in years up until this point, up to making this current video. I don't think I've made any videos on this Elgato, which is crazy. I've had this Elgato for a couple years now. But here we are, I'm finally doing it in 2020. Alright, looks like we're about at halftime. Belgium's still winning 1-0. It's fairly comfortable, but you know, anything can happen. Paraguay change up their setup for a bit. I think they could do something. Because I don't think the quality is too far from Paraguay, just because they do have a pretty well-rounded team. I think the fullbacks might be kind of weak, though. But yeah, I'm really excited to see if I end up actually enjoying these series that I think I will. Because I've just been considering it for so long. I keep thinking about how exciting it will be, and I just keep holding it off. I don't know if I would say it was necessarily because I've been insanely busy, but of course I keep pounding away, making sure that it's viable to record, because you know my mom will probably think I'm crazy if she hears me. So it has to be a certain time of day, maybe a certain time of the week. But I still think I'll be able to do it fairly more often. Well, let's see these stats. I haven't paid too much attention on. Oh, okay, well. That's the game for you right there. No shots for Paraguay yet. 95% pass accuracy. Wow. There's a little look at Paraguay's team right there if you don't feel like clicking the links. It's okay, but you know, Belgium's is just way better. I did make sure to give them all the next best players that couldn't make the starting lineup for both teams. So I think it's like Benteke and Batshuayi that's on the bench for Belgium, and maybe like Dembele, and you know, so on. There'll be like a couple defenders, midfielders, and attackers for both teams that couldn't make the starting lineup. So I tried to go all out on this experiment. And thankfully on this game, it looks like you can create more than 30 players. Usually 30 players is the cap. And I noticed on this game, it kept going after like 100 after I just kept spam creating players. So it looks like I don't have to keep deleting players as often this year's FIFA. So that made me finally want to do a series like this, because I've been wanting to do a series like this since like maybe sometime last year. I don't quite remember.
Potential of this attack. It's offside. Lucas Barrios.
Hopefully everything's plugged in okay.
Stopping the cross, important job for the defender.
That kind of scared me. I started hearing audio from my TV rather than my computer. Because when you record it with Elgato, it plays all your audio through your laptop or PC rather than your TV. So that made me kind of worried. But now it's just magically working again. It's going to take a lot of trial and error, I think. Me just making videos with this Elgato, and I guess I will be using EasyCap for a little bit when we play the first couple of Final Fantasies. But I guess that'll be alright. If you guys enjoy it enough to watch it, then I'll make that series happen. And that's going to be later this week. I could try tomorrow, which would be Friday, but I'm not too sure yet if that will work out yet. If not, then I'll just upload a few more videos of this before trying to make a second series happen. But yeah, I think this is a good series to start off with, because it helps me be able to get used to commentating, because like I said, I think the last time I've actually talked on a video is I did have like these pack openings like 3 years ago on FIFA 17, which I'm not sure if I ever got the voice to work on there, because I ended up having to like record over Windows Media Player and then uploading it, because my commentary would not show up on YouTube, even though the file would. But if you guys know what would cause that, let me know, because that's a great shot. Well, Paraguay have had a shot now. But oh well, I'm not having that issue now. I backed up my computer not too long ago, so then I reinstalled Elgato after I had that stupid virus issue with that Final Fantasy ROM. Thankfully, well, actually not thankfully, hopefully, whenever I watch this video on YouTube, my commentary will show up. Otherwise, well, I guess if it did work, then you guys would be watching this video right now. So anyway, I'm excited to see how that turns out. I've been wanting to make YouTube videos for so long. Oh, that's a nice one. Almiron's really good for his rating. Whenever I was testing these teams out, he would always score. Still quite a bit of time left for Paraguay. I haven't paid attention to see if either team has made any subs yet. Because I think Paraguay do have a couple decent subs. And I was thinking maybe after this series, if it does well, and if we finish all the way through it, maybe I would do kind of like a little Gold Cup experiment as well with past and present teams. You know, the best Mexico team, best USA, Canada, and all the Caribbean island teams and whatnot. Or, well, maybe not all of them, just however many can fit into a tournament bracket evenly, so that everyone plays the same amount of games. So, maybe
Morera.
I'll do things like that if the
The
series ends
tackle
up being alright.
is successfully done.
I'm still, I don't know. I don't know if I
Rajanine
want this.
Golan.
I didn't really plan on this being like my
Lukaku.
main content.
He's
This is
got the
just
eye.
something
No great
to
risk at the
finally just
moment
have on
in
the
their own
channel so I
half.
can talk to you
They are
guys.
winning the match, of course.
And so,
Working
it
away
can
at the
be a
opposition
win-win
with these passes.
if that's, hey, guys
Rajanine
end up
Golan.
liking it and whatnot.
Axel Witsel.
As far as any of my older series I've had on the channel, I think I'd
Barreto.
probably rather just redo them and record it
Here
with
is
Elgato,
Almiron.
so that it looks much
Almost
better
feel the
or
swell
much
of the
much more
crowd
crisp,
here as
than
urging the
the
team
easy
on.
cap that I use,
No time left, but there is
because
a chance
that
to get
was
an equaliser still.
480 quality at max, and this is
Excellent
1080.
attacking play here. They could open up the
Or
opposition.
maybe I'd continue just straight from
Good
where I
play
left off, but I
to
think,
get a foot in and
I don't know.
intercept.
That's a hard one to decide. I'll let you guys decide that one. I still don't know
Richie
if I want
Batshuayi.
to return to this series yet or not, or
Axel
if I should
Witsel.
just go with what I was mentioning with
Axel
more
Witsel.
of
Rajanine Golan. The
the Final
referee in
Fantasy
control, and
content
he's seen
and
the
other
advantage
stuff
and
that
indicated to
I
the
thought
players to
about
play
maybe
on.
recording sometime in the near future is um
Really, really
maybe
exciting game. You can't take your eyes
maybe a
off it.
bit of Call of Duty.
5 minutes left of the 90. One goal in it.
I'm not too sure yet.
Keep an eye on the watch
I've also wondered
because
maybe
we haven't got that
about doing
long to go.
some
And
stuff
the
on
team
RuneScape,
know that.
maybe perhaps.
They can't
That's
get
something
too
else I've been
desperate though.
thinking
They need to
about
keep
too.
some sort of poise about their
Which
play.
actually
Yeah, they're
that
looking
might
in
be
shape.
something I just
Maybe
live
not got
stream
time to
on YouTube.
throw the centre half and the goalkeeper forward yet, but we're approaching
I was
that
testing
moment.
out broadcasting on YouTube from the
Lukaku.
PS4, and it worked
Rajanine
pretty
Golan.
well. But of course, I wanted to use my Elgato because that
Torgan Hazard.
that costed some
And the
money.
cross is
So
on.
to not be playing with it
Torgan
very
Hazard.
much over the last couple of years, it's
And
just
that's
been
dealt
kind
with
of
a
like
problem.
driving me crazy. Ooh, this is a good
Here
break
they
for
come again.
Paraguay.
It might be their last chance
Can we
here
feed it?
to get something
No,
from the game.
don't risk it.
Morera.
This might be the last attack for Paraguay. Actually, I just realized
Miguel
what time it was.
Almiron. He could take them on here.
Pass it. Oh, I thought he
And the referee's
scored it.
brought it to a halt. It's been a good contest between two ambitious countries here. And a tight
So that's the
contest as
final
it
whistle,
was.
isn't it?
Yeah, and
Yep.
an enjoyable one, I thought.
Well,
Both teams
GG's to
going at it.
Paraguay.
There's
They
a good
only
edge to
lost
the match. Few
1-0.
tackles
Some
flying
people
about
would
as
have
well.
probably predicted 3 or 4-0. But
Well, I
that was
think
a
he was
fairly
the
balanced
best
game. They didn't
performer
really
and a
create too
good
many
team
chances.
to
That
win.
was probably the best chance
He
they
was
had the
always the
entire
name to
game.
watch for the opposition, but they
But
couldn't
yeah, I
keep
hope you guys
tabs on him.
enjoyed the
And
talk
the
that
vital
I
moment now when he
went
grabbed that
over with
goal.
you guys. And we'll just keep having these kind of conversations on every round that we do over on this series. And yeah, it feels good to be making videos again. See you in round 2.